Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We are here tonight, less than 24 hours after an angry mob attacked this building, the People's House, because there is breaking news happening both in and outside of it. As we come on the air, a growing list of lawmakers is demanding that President Trump's cabinet take the extraordinary step of invoking the 25th Amendment to the Constitution, removing him from office, and making Vice President Mike Pence the acting president. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says if that doesn't happen, Congress may move to immediately impeach him. At the same time, security is being stepped up here and across Washington, D.C. tonight. CBS News has learned there is intelligence that the same people who stormed the Capitol are still in the area and that they may return tonight or an assault on President-elect Biden's inauguration. Now, as we come on the air, sources tell CBS News there is now a full-scale manhunt for members of that mob. And then on top of all of the damage that was done inside the Capitol, a laptop that may contain sensitive national security information was stolen. Now, tonight, 4 people have died in the aftermath of Wednesday's riots. A member of the president's cabinet has resigned, and we are learning that the president and vice president are now at odds and not speaking at all. So while the Capitol building may have weathered that violent attack tonight, our democracy is still being tested. We've got a lot of breaking news to cover during our show. Our correspondents are working their sources for the very latest information. CBS's Jeff Pegues is going to lead off our coverage tonight.
CBS News has learned that some of the rioters involved in Wednesday's attack on the U.S. Capitol have remained in the area, and law enforcement is concerned that they may be planning new attacks in the city and on federal buildings. Across Washington, D.C., the hunt is on as police and FBI search airports and hotels for rioters who ransacked the Capitol and may be planning more. On social media, there is chatter about making the next target the inauguration. A white supremacist Telegram channel posted a reminder that the U.S. presidential inauguration day is on January 20th. It added that is the next date on the calendar that the pro-Trump and other nationalist crowds will potentially converge on the Capitol again. Today, D.C. police released photos of some of the rioters they are seeking to charge with the violence at the Capitol.
Okay, I'm going to open up with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, and I'm going to read verse 38. Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, verse 39, art not thou it that remainest of the 4th beast, whom I will make made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? So the 4th beast, 4 beasts, okay, the Babylonians, the Persian and the Medes, Greece, and Rome. This is the Roman Empire revised again, okay, because within the Bible, Babylon means the land of confusion, okay. What once was shall be again, and there's nothing new under the sun. And I'm just paraphrasing, okay. So let's continue. All right. I'll read that again. Whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. Verse 40. Again, 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 40. And the 4th came and overcame all the beasts. Okay, that 4th is what we're witnessing, America. Okay, in this time that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. So who oppressed all these countries? Australia, the Philippines, America, okay, Africa, South Africa, okay. Who oppressed these areas? Hawaii, okay, the Hawaiian Islands, Puerto Rico, okay, which is South America, Mexico, South America again, okay, the islands, Jamaica, the Bahamas, okay, all right, read that again, okay. with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwell he upon the earth with deceit. So who deceived the whole earth? Okay, who brought vanity? Okay, Roman Catholicism. Okay, who brought telling the world that they're white, because white is a color. This is white. Okay, that's white. Okay, that's the color of white. You can't base a nationality on a color. That came out in 1681. The invention of white. Okay, and they took that down off of Google. All right, you have to thoroughly research this stuff, people. I screenshot and kept it. All right, matter of fact, I'll prove it right now since I said it. Okay, because I like to prove all things. I like to prove all things, people. Let me get it. Give me a minute. But I got it right here. Here we go, right here. Here we go, right there. 1681, the invention of race, the laws that changed the world, how white people got made, because they're red. That's why their blood showed through their foreskin. Okay? They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. And you're witnessing how these beasts react. But let's continue. I don't want to get off beat here. Okay? And I'll read that again. All right? With much wicked oppression, and so long time dwell he upon the earth with deceit. Okay? Let's continue. I like to have a screen highlighted there. All right, I'll read verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable. Okay, thou hast loved lies, and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. So the Native American Indians, so-called, okay, which from the tribe of Gad and Reuben, 77 million were slaughtered. All the buffaloes slaughtered. They brought no harm. Okay, when this beast entered into America, and also the so-called Mexicans, which is from the tribe of Issachar. Those are all Israelites, people. Wake up. Therefore is thou wrongful dealings come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty? Because they're very proud people. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. Verse 45. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle. Okay, so who boasts thyself as the eagle? Who sets up a mascot, okay, with images of the eagle, and have other countries do so also, which where I'm at in Southeast Asia. When the president is speaking out here, he has a lot of times the eagle in his background. I've seen their police and also their security with eagles on their uniforms. Where did they get that from? America. Okay. Nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy marrowless head, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. Okay? Verse 46, that all the earth may be refreshed. That's when the Most High refreshed the earth with those thermonuclear warheads that Russia and China is going to, and their allies is going to come together when America, what you're witnessing, is falling, and at their weakest vulnerable state, and they're going to hit these Americans, excuse me. Okay, and also their allies is going to get hit. So who's ever, following America, okay, they're going to go down with her, and may return being delivered from the violence, and that she may hope for the judgment, okay, and the mercy of him that made her. Okay, because what do the book of Matthew say? What did Yahushua say, who the world ignorantly called Jesus? In Matthew 12 and 25. All right, let's read it. And Jesus knew their thoughts. I'll say it, read it verbatim. And said unto them, which is Yahushua. Remember that, people, because the elect know what's going on. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, Satan means the adversary of the Lord. He is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, so we're witnessing in prophetic times, okay, prophecies being fulfilled to the T. All right, because with great violence, this city, Babylon, was built. Okay, with great violence, robbery, deceit, mass murder. They still shooting and killing the so-called black man in the streets today. It's non-stop. In most of the world, they don't really care about it. This Black Lives Matter, that's all set up. Antifa, okay? These other militia groups, most of this is all set up. Even this is orchestrated, whether you want to believe it or not. But this is a good thing for the Israelites. That's what people don't get when I say something of that nature. You got to understand, people, this is what the Lord say. Okay? This is what the Lord say. The Lord is about vengeance. And I'll read that to you if you... This is not what I say. I'm just reading the Bible. People don't want to hear it. Those who have ears can hear. Those who have eyes can see. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye should not pollute the land wherein ye are. For the blood, it defiles the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shedded therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So who shed a lot of blood all over the earth? That land cannot be cleansed, but by the blood of him that shed it. Thus says the Lord. Okay? Let's get that vengeance. Because I mentioned that, and I like proving all things. Okay? Let's see what the Lord say. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 2. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, Satan, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Okay, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger, great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Okay? Thus says the Bible, not me. Okay? Let's see. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 8. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and I'll read, and it reads, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. I'm going to read that again. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Breaking windows, destroying congressional offices, and fighting police inside and outside the building. They had what appeared to be free reign of the Capitol. Even Speaker Pelosi's office, where one protester left a message reading, "We will not back down." To avoid a repeat of the chaos and destruction, the Secretary of the Army said the Capitol will be fortified by fencing. Tonight, there will also be thousands of National Guard troops deploying into D.C. to help secure the city. The nation's capital under threat from what former DHS counterterrorism official Tom Warwick says is the textbook definition of domestic terror.
An assault on the Capitol in an attempt to disrupt the federal election by the counting of the electoral ballots really is an act of domestic terrorism and really needs to be condemned as such by everyone.
At the height of the attack, Capitol Police say they were also responding to reports of 2 different pipe bombs. Their manpower was stretched thin. 60 officers were injured. Tonight, Capitol Police are being hammered for what members of Congress have called a total failure and are calling for an investigation into what went wrong.
Sense of impunity that many of these attackers have by virtue of the fact that only 14 arrests were made on the Capitol grounds yesterday means they might come back.
Veteran FBI agent Tom O'Connor says more manpower was needed from the start.
I don't care who you are in fear for your own life because, in all reality, anything could have happened from that crowd. Anything.
And no one wants to see that happen again. Tonight, the dome is protected in part by this 7-foot unscalable fence. Nora.
Jeff Pegues, thank you so much. Coverage tonight.
Okay, people. Let's get another one here. There we go. There we go. Let's get another one. Excuse me, Salakia. That means sorry when you say Salakia in Paleo Hebrew. Okay? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach. Okay, 27. And I'm going to read verse 25. Whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Verse 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that sitteth a trap shall be taken therein. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of person. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rekrak Kadash, and Abba Babo. Shalom.